I'm Alice.
And I'm Greg. Today we want to catch you up on all the activity in our world because it's been a flurry of activity for the past few weeks.
Yeah, it's been really crazy. First of all, with Greg getting sick.
I do want to start by thanking everybody for their well wishes, their get well wishes. As you may or may not know, I did catch COVID and it really threw me for a loop for a few weeks.
You're still a little hoarse.
I'm still a little horsey, a little pony. Shit. I'm still sick, but I'm getting better. And
in the middle of all of that, as you know, if you've been following us, we have been looking for an apartment, and we found one we liked. And I put in an application, and they accepted our application. So we are very excited to be moving. But we've been moving all this time that Greg has been sick, and it's been kind of a lot because we're moving from a fully furnished apartment to a fully unfurnished apartment.
That means we had to not only pick out furniture, we had to purchase the furniture, and we had to arrange for it to be delivered to the unfurnished apartment so we could set it up.
And add to that we had very little budget. One of the reasons that we're moving is so that we could save some money. Obviously, a furnished apartment runs a little more than an unfurnished apartment, and we were hoping to save a little money so that we could take more trips and bring you along with us this coming year. So we did have to come up with a little bit of extra dough to to buy a bed. Aww. Luckily, there's a long counter, so we don't have to buy a kitchen table anytime soon.
We're not quite ready to show you the apartment that we've picked, but we will include a few clips here of us getting various things ready. One of the nice things about this apartment, it's a completely blank slate. The walls were basically white. And if you know anything about me and Alice, you know that we cannot live with white walls. So we had to inject some color.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're working on it. And it's really strange for me because one of the things that we tried to do when we left Los Angeles was embrace a more minimalist lifestyle. And I'm not a minimalist. I'm a maximalist.
We figured that out. I'm gonna show you a picture here of our closets, our respective closets. You can guess which ones is Alice's and which one is mine.
He has
He's
got all the dresses and skirts.
Yeah. It doesn't show dresses. But my dresses are on the other side of the closet. So yeah, we're having fun moving. It's actually a very exciting process. It is exhausting in some respects, but it is very exciting because, like I said, it's a blank slate. So imagine having a blank canvas to paint whatever you want on.
Yeah, and we follow different YouTube vloggers, and one of the ones that inspired us to go ahead and get an unfurnished apartment was Backpacking Brunette, who actually said it's not that hard to buy furniture. And that has been our experience. There's a lot of places where you can get inexpensive furniture, and that's well made, including in our neighborhood in Coyoacán. When we walk around, there are always people selling stuff that they've made, like little tables, stools, vanities, and they're just out on the street. And for one of the things that I wanted, we don't have a medicine cabinet in our bathroom. And I really wanted some place to have, a few basics. And I just went and asked somebody to make it, and it was very affordable.
Reasonable, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's perfect
and it's made
because
to
it's
our
custom.
specs. Yeah.
So, that's the nice thing about Mexico City is that there are people that are crafty and can make basically any piece of furniture you want. Show them a picture, they're very capable of making things. So
yeah,
that's exciting as well.
Let's see. The bad thing about getting furniture online is that it's hard to imagine how it's going to fit into your into your place.
Let's just say one of us went and picked out a sofa that she sat on, and
it was really
comfortable. But she neglected to notice the size and scale of the sofa. So when it arrived in our apartment, it might be a little too big for
Maybe a
the
little
space.
too big. Well, we'll figure it out. We're going to make it work somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice color.
We have no
though.
choice.
So yeah, it's exciting. We can't wait to show you the new apartment. So stick around in the next couple of weeks. We'll definitely have that. But before then, we have a lot of travel coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I want to say we're really, really fortunate that our landlady here just said, you guys just apply your deposit to your last month's rent, which made it a little easier to move. Even though we started moving, we have a trip to Los Angeles and a trip to Portugal that are coming up right in the middle of this move. And we have a few days to pack up and move. And then we have to take a little break, go to Los Angeles. I'm playing a concert there and we're visiting family there. And then we come back for one day and then we head back out to Portugal. We're going to Porto for a special conference called the KISMIF conference.
Keep it simple, make it fast. It's
Yeah,
a punk rock conference.
So that's going to be really fun. And no, we are not following you, the road less traveled. We're not following you, but we might be there at the same time.
Oh, I think they're in New York now. Anyway, we are following you. Okay, all right.
So tell us about the show that I'm playing in Orange County, Greg.
The Alice Bag Band is playing a show. It's a free show, and it's in Costa Mesa at the Segerstrom Plaza, which is close to South Coast Plaza. I think it's connected to South Coast Plaza. As I mentioned, it is a free show. It's all ages. Tickets were pre-sell. You had to have a ticket to get in, and they were sold out, but we understand that they will release some tickets.
Yeah, I think they're doing this because of COVID.
Right.
So they're releasing them in batches, and I think they've only released about 300 tickets, and I think there's a little bit more capacity than that. So I think there's a lot more capacity than that. So
Yeah.
I have a feeling they will be releasing a few more tickets at the last minute.
Just show up and crash the gates.
No,
That's
I
the
don't
punk rock
suggest
thing
that
to do.
because especially if you're coming from far away, you want to make sure you have tickets.
Show up.
If
Storm
you
the
live in
gates.
Orange County, by all means, show up and crash the gates. But
It's going to be fun, and it's Alice's only show this year so far.
yeah, it is my only
never
show
know.
this year. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing here in Mexico City with my band Lucia y los
That's right.
Alfileres, but it's not. That's like a more of a cooperative project where we all write, and this is my kind of my solo. Even though I have a whole band and they're like wonderful, so I don't even though I don't do it alone.
Yeah, so she's excited to reunite with this particular band. You'll see Candace Hansen on drums, Sharif Dumani on guitar, and the mighty David O. Jones on bass. So,
Yeah,
really
and a
good
few-
band.
I mean,
and some
maybe some special guests too.
And then after Alice plays her show, we fly back to Mexico for one day, pack our bags, and head off to Porto, Portugal for the KISMIF conference, which is, again, I think Alice was originally invited to speak at the conference because it is punk related. However, I somehow wormed my way onto the agenda with a show of my photography. And if you haven't seen my photography, well, show up you.
We'll put some down below. Let me do the talking, honey, because you're getting.
What? There's nothing wrong with my voice.
And if you have any questions about our move, about how we secured our apartment, about how we're furnishing it, anything like that, please leave them in the comments here, even though this is not the moving one. That way, when we make the next video and we show you our new apartment, we can answer some of your questions at that time.
Thanks again for watching, and thanks again for everybody's suggestions on our earlier video about neighborhoods we were considering. Again, always helpful, and we love so many neighborhoods in Mexico City. It was a tough choice.
I think that's the difficult thing is really, well, now we're going to stay here for a while, when I kind of also like the idea of being very nomadic.
With her 5 million pairs of shoes. All right.
So mean.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
And please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when we post a video, which is every Thursday.
God willing. All right. That's it.
See you next week.